Hi, Dr. Kaur and Mrs. Teo. My name is Eason. I'm from NUS. So my question today is, we've seen many measures introduced by DPM about helping the elderly. So my question is, as you know that recently we have a lot of opinion from the public about how they don't want elderly centers to be in their void deck and the not in my backyard attitude. So my question is, how do we get from point A to point B if we do not, how does the government attempt to delicately balance public opinions and the needs of the elderly? So my part D of my question is, are there any plans for retirement villages as raised in Straits Times today? So thank you for your time.
Our priority now is to help the elderly to age in place for as long as possible. And the reason, I think you saw the video, and this John Forbes, right? He was also talking about it, and he said that they tell me, go to nursing home, but he say, if I'm not happy, you give me the best medical care, I'll still not be all right. And so if you ask a lot of elderly, their preference really is to be with their family, with their friends, with people they know, in the surrounding, in an environment that they are familiar with, right? And that actually probably would also contribute to their health care, right? Like John Forbes say. So our priority is to allow aging in place for as long as possible. Of course, there will be certain category of people, at certain stage, because of different circumstances as well as the state of their health, they may need institutionalizing, say in nursing home. But we want to delay that or defer that for as long as possible, or even avoid it if possible. And therefore, daycare centers, even nursing homes, we are looking into building them within the community. Why? To facilitate access for the elderly, and if it is a nursing home, to facilitate access by family members. Because if you put a nursing home in one corner of Singapore, then you find that sometimes, in fact, the nursing home operators share with us, many of them don't get visited by their families. And, that is not what we want, right? We want, when we say inclusive society, strong family ties, this is one way to facilitate that. So, actually, because we are doubling the capacity, in fact, we are building many more nursing homes as well as elder daycare centers and so on, you find that maybe in future, practically nearly every neighborhood there will be one. Right? So, we need to probably get general population to have a better understanding of what these daycare centers in nursing homes and so on are about, that really there is very little these amenities. In fact, there are already such daycare centers and nursing homes within the community in quite a number of places. And I was told that, the recent one, one of the, in Woodlands, one of the residents, after having signed the petition and, didn't support the building of that daycare center there, after the dialogue, he went to look at one that was already within the neighborhood and built. And he came back and said, no, I think it's okay, So sometimes I think it's genuinely there will be some concerns, with facilities that you're not familiar with. And also I think sometimes this perception that's for the very sick, the old, the immobile and so on. So we have to clear the perception, this kind of misperceptions. We have to engage the residents, and I think we are doing that, right? We are going to work with the grassroots, the advisors there. We're going to work closely, talk to the residents, find out what their concerns are, try and address as many as possible, right? And of course, the design now of daycare centers, nursing homes, and all that are such that it shouldn't be a disamenity. We can work together with the residents so that it will not be a disamenity. In fact, some of the nursing homes can cater for, say, gyms that the residents themselves can come and use. Some facilities that is open to the residents. So actually, it's amenities, not disamenities.